Transmitting from the front lines of the wargaming world. You are watching Friendly Fire. Friendly Fire. The show where you can watch, learn, and even play our games live online. We will be showing some of our favorite tactics and answer your game questions. This is Friendly Fire.
Original Grognard, and I'm here today with Johnny Grogan, and we are continuing our playthrough of First Probe from the module Heroes Against the Red Star Lock and Load Tactical. You there, Johnny?
I'm here. Let's do this.
All right. You got some product in this week, though, didn't you?
Yeah, I got the new 5.1 rule set with the little accessories that come with it, the quick reference flip cards and the player aids, and I gotta say they look pretty good.
Excellent. Now let me just go around and check that it's looks like we're streaming to Twitch just fine. And I would like to say again, for those of you out there listening, Twitch is our preferred method of doing these playthroughs, mainly because since we're playing on a computer program, the graphics quality resolution is just far superior than anything we'd get on YouTube. These videos do eventually show up on YouTube. It just takes a little bit of time for me to download them and then re-upload them to YouTube. But so if you're wondering why when David and I and Johnny will do our shows like in the middle of on Thursday and Saturday, usually goes out over YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, and why this is only on Twitch, that's the reason. Plus the software that I use, OBS, to stream to Twitch to get this great resolution only lets me stream to one area anyways. So all right. So if you're in the Twitch channel, please at least say hi to let me know you're there, that Johnny and I are not speaking to the ether by ourselves. A couple things I did because hey, sometimes it feels that way.
Right?
Exactly. Hey, there we go. Someone said hi. Friars. My phone is so far away. Friars 106 afternoon. Evil Dr. Ganymede. I knew you were going to be showing up. So a couple of rules we got a little bit wrong in the last one. And again, if you've watched any of my shows for any length of time, you know that I make rules mistakes quite often. I'm usually more concerned about making a good presentation than I am of trying to remember every little rule. One of the rules we forgot that for smoke, I'm just going to go ahead and drop this on the table. When you have a smoke marker, you cannot draw a line of sight across the hex side. All the hex sides adjacent to a smoke marker are considered blocking. Evidently we did that. I don't remember, but our rules guru and resident rules meister himself, Stefan, pointed it out, so obviously we had to have. So evidently there was a shot that was taken or a line of sight that was drawn across the smoke hex side, which shouldn't have been done. Again, one of those things that we just kind of missed. Dicey Odds is here. Bravo Company 1, he's here too. Thank you guys. And again, if you have any questions that you have while we're playing, please shoot them out to us. Hopefully I won't miss them and they won't go 5 minutes beyond the time you ask the question. One thing about when the fire that we've had between the BTR and the infantry units over here. Yeah, so I've been saying that by default I have the vehicles buttoned, but however I was playing with all the rules as if the vehicle was open. Small arms fire can't affect a vehicle unless the vehicle is opened, and one of the machine guns I've been using technically can't be used unless the vehicle is unbuttoned as well. At least that's what I think. I think it's asterisk. If there's an asterisk behind the number, it has to be unbuttoned to fire. If it's got an underline on it, it can only be out of the front arc or something like that. But so we messed that up a little bit, and I think we calculated one of the odds a little bit off. We were 1 over or 1 short, so I'm not too worried about that. So since we have been playing with since I have been using the rules of the vehicle being open, then I'm just going to go ahead and say that all right, it was open, even though I said at the beginning that the hooty doody hottie thing, the turret, was buttoned up. Johnny, did you have anything that you wanted to comment on from last time we played, if you can remember?
Nope, and it was good. It's good.
It's good.
Everything's
Yeah,
good.
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right, so we're moving into turn 3. And so we go into the rally phase. Unfortunately, I do have some shaken guys, but none of them have got a leader with them, and they can't self-rally, so I can't make any rally checks. And Johnny does not have any guys that are shaken, so he doesn't have to make any rally checks. So now, after the rally phase, we've got this little rule, one of the scenario special conditions, or it's part of the victory conditions. For the force conservation, I'm going to go ahead and read this right from the module. Beginning on turn 3, the American player rolls 2d6 after the rally phase. If the result is greater than the number of good order American units and support weapons, keep in mind the 40mm ammunition markers are not support weapons. On the map, place a coin to the side of the table. 12 always places a coin. If a second coin is placed before the end of the scenario, the Americans lose. So basically, from this point and through the end of the game, he's going to have to roll 2d6. And if he rolls less than the number of units and special weapons he has on the board, it's no problem. If he rolls higher, then he gets a mark. And if there's 2 marks, he loses the game. I'll admit right off the bat, I'm not really a fan of those type of victory conditions, because it's an arbitrary victory condition that neither player really has too much of an influence on one way or another. It all comes down to a dice roll. It's like, it's just not something that I'm comfortable seeing in scenarios, but it's in this one, so we play with it. So I've already went ahead and counted it up. You've got 11 units and support weapons out there. So you need to roll. If you roll a 12, then you'll get one of those markers. So.
Okay, let's see. Where are my dice?
Right in the corner, right next to you, right over here.
Okay, let's see. Because I got a 2. All right, there we go. Sorry.
No, that's okay. Take your time. So yeah, I got to roll 2d6. Just click and grab around them. It usually, there you go. Yeah.
Oh,
11, almost.
We almost had a short show here.
Almost had. Well, you need 2 of those. You need to have 2 of those. But yeah, getting one so early would not bode well for you. So okay, you're good to go. You're safe for that. Now we got to roll initiative, and that's just 1d6. So let me go ahead and roll. I got a 4. R is the hotkey to roll a dice.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. 4. Okay, it's a tied. And in cases of ties, it goes to whoever had initiative last turn. So I retain initiative. Good. That is very good. Well, if I'm going to want to fire on either of these guys back here, I'm going to have to spot them first. And I hate rolling spotting rolls because I normally always fail the spotting rolls. So I think what we're going to do is, since I'm adjacent to you right here, that's an automatic spotting. We both spot each other because you always spot whoever's adjacent to you unless you're a vehicle that's buttoned up. But we don't have that. So you and I can see each other with no problem right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and fire at you here. And let's explode the stack, see what I've got. I've got 2, 3, 4 points basically for everything. 2 for my first squad and 1 for each squad after that. And no leadership modifier. So I'm rolling a d6 at a +4, and let's see. I'm gonna pop quiz on Johnny, see if he can remember. What's your defensive modifier? Can you remember what's your defensive modifier?
Okay, so you're shooting at the guy right there, Jason.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
All right. Let's see. Is he? I can't tell if he's in something, Devin. I can't remember.
Yeah. Well,
oh, he's in a building right there.
Yep. He's in a building.
So he gets +2 for the building?
+4.
Oh, yeah.
If it's a stone building. Let's see. Yep, you've got the easiest way to always tell if it's a stone building, because sometimes the graphics are a little bit off. If it's got a red dot in it.
+4.
That.
I mean, it's a cement building.
Yeah, hardened construction or whatever they want to call it. But yeah. So yeah, it's basically both of us have a D4. Because I got 4 firepower on the attack and you've got 4 on the defense. So I rolled it. Oh, I got a 10.
Okay.
All right, and you got a 6. So 6. I beat you by 4. That's what the difference is. So you're going to need to take morale checks on all of you guys. And Bravo Company just actually no, I should have gotten an additional +1 because I was adjacent. So I got actually an 11 to 11. Your. Yeah, so the difference is 4, 5. Difference is 5. And Bravo Company just put down, just gave a really good hint in chat. If you tap tab and left click, it drops an arrow marker down where you click. Ah, okay. So that would be good to let people know where you're focusing your attention on. All right, I'll probably forget that. You know, Bravo, I should probably have you do a video for us, all these little hotkeys and everything that you've been.
Right.
So, all right. So you are at a +5 on your dice check. So let's just go ahead and explode your stack so you can see what's in there. So you always roll the leader first. So you got a 2 + 5 is a 7, which is less than his morale. So nothing happens to him. He's good. And then your squad has got a 5, but you've got no leadership modifier. So something is going to happen to your squad. Have to see what happens. Oh. That's bad. Not as bad. Well, that is as bad as you could get. So yes. five plus your dice roll modifier was 5, so 5 + 6 is an 11. Your morale is 10. You are more than double your morale. So for those of you playing the home edition and want to take a look at the casualty chart, let's see if I can find it right there. The damage check table, version 5.1 for the lock and load tactical player aid cards. Oops. So dice roll is greater than morale and less than twice morale. That's not it. Dice roll greater than or equal to twice the morale and less than 3 times the morale. Good order MMC, they end up taking a casualty. So what is going to happen, because you rolled really, really bad, unfortunately, that guy is going to get reduced to a half squad and he's going to be shaken. So let's go into the American Infantry, and this is one thing I did forget to do. I'm going to have to take a look real quick because I forgot what the half squads are. That's a 274. Take a look through my book. There it is. The 274s goes down to 154s. All right. So we look for a 154. There he is right there. Half squad. So and let me go ahead and make a copy of that. Let's go ahead and clone that and stick it over here for future reference. So he will get replaced with the 154. And he's shaken. So let's go ahead and put the shaken marker on there. And turn it around so Johnny can see it. And repack the hex. All right, so there you go. That's what happened with that firepower, or that attack. Where's my fired marker? Because I fired. And there we go. So that's my impulse. Now it flips over to Johnny's turn.
Okay.
And while you're doing that, I'm going to see if I can give you permissions so you can repack the... No, I guess not. Give host powers? Let's try doing that. Okay, we just gave you host powers, so that hopefully you can repack your own stacks from the counter exploder. Oh, nope, that didn't do it. I don't think that did it. That just migrated it over to your side. Yep. I messed that up. Totally messed that up. So I got to reconnect. All right. I'm right back in. And let me move my color back over to blue. All right. So yeah, go. Let's go ahead and try exploding one of the stacks and see if you.
How do you do it again?
Okay, you click on the stack. You right click on it, and it brings the drop down menu, and the very top option is explode stack.
Explode stack.
Okay, now do you have the Do you see the option to repack it or drag to move?
I right click it again.
No, it should be a button that shows up on your side in white letters with a black box around it. If you're not seeing it,
it's on your side.
Okay, well, as long as so, go ahead and hit.
Whoops.
Nope, that's fine. That's fine. Hit repack. There you go. Okay, so that was what we had to do to get you permission to so you could repack your own stacks, or at least put your stacks back down. So, again, good bit of information to know. Is the shaken status? Oh, yeah. Well, okay. So, yeah, the one thing, a couple different ways you can go about doing shaken units. You can either put the shaken counter right on it, or just because I have an ear infection and forgetting things, you just flip the unit right over to the shaken side.
Okay.
So, I was wondering, I only have one shaken counter out. Why do I only have some more units we're going to be shaking? I just forgot, just flip the counter over to the other side. So again, that's me being the entertainer and trying to keep the show flowing rather than remembering the actual technical rules. So I apologize about that. Right. So yes, Evil no Dr. Ganymede and Flyers 106 both mentioned that. They pointed out my mistake. So anyways, Johnny, it's your turn. What's you doing?
Okay, so I'm going to fire at Sergeant Trinoff.
You're going to have to spot him first because you're...
Yep. Okay. That's all right. Let's do it. So what is it? 2 dice, right?
Nope, just 1 dice. 1 dice. And if you're firing at something that's in degrading terrain... I was just looking at this too. I'm going to have to go back and check this. And then again, for those of you playing the home edition, looking at the 5.1 core rulebook for spotting, if I can find it in the index, spotting is page 60 for spotting attempts. So we go to page 60. And just because I know I was looking at this earlier, spotting attempts, blocking terrain. Okay, if it's in a blocking terrain, you need a 2 or less. If it's in degrading terrain, you need a 3 or less. This building is a blocking terrain, so you're going to need a 2 or less. But you can use your leadership modifier, and you'll make it a 3 or less.
All right.
So that's on a 1d6. Now, if he fails, he gets marked with an ops complete marker.
Okay. Ready?
Yep. There you go.
Got it. All right.
You spotted me. So go ahead and drop a spotted marker on it. And you can light me up.
So let's see. Blow the stack. Not working.
It should be.
Let me try. There we go.
There you go.
What do I got here? Let's see. 2. So 6.
Yep. And where did those numbers come from? Just to make sure the math is correct.
So let me just. Okay. Oh, I might have a 7 actually because of the leader, or did I already use the leaders?
I don't know. You tell us.
Yes, I did. Yes, it. Okay, so it came from all the inherent firepowers, minus the leader because I used his ability already.
Well, no. You can still use the leader to do the spotting. Because when a leader spots, he can still use his inherent leadership in the firing that is going to happen at that spotted hex. So you were correct in the numbers, but your math was just a touch off. So you got to nominate one of your squads as the primary, and I'm going to guess it's going to be the one with the M60 because that just makes it smart. So it's going to be
Yes.
2 for the squad, another 2 for the M60, half firepower for any other squad after the first.
Right.
So we got
right,
1,
right.
2, 3, 4. Then it'll be 5 for the other squad, and then it will be 6 for the leadership modifier.
Okay. Perfect.
So you will have a +6, and I am in a stone building because that's got the red line of sight dot on it. So I have a +4, and that's the only modifiers I have.
Okay.
I got a 6, so something is going to happen to me. All right, so so basically you beat me by 4, so the modifier is going to be a +4 on my dice roll. So we're going to go with the Sergeant Trinoff first. We're going to roll him and add 4 to the dice roll, so that's a 7. Unfortunately, that will shake him, so he flips. Then the first squad is going to be again at a +4. So roll the dice. It's going to be a 7, which is greater than 5, but not double that. So he flips. And then let's go ahead and roll for the final one at a +5 again, or +4 again, is a 7, which is greater than, yeah, so that did not go well for me. Good for you, not so good for me. So now you can place a fired marker on there.
Okay, fire marker. Where's that thing?
Right here.
Right there. Yeah, I got it. I got to get used to one thing about this is bringing it closer and then farther away.
Yeah. I will admit, as much as I appreciate Tabletop Simulator over Vassal, I think Vassal might have a slightly better edge in the UI in being able to place markers and stuff like that. Because half the time in Vassal, you just right click on it to bring up the expanded list, and it has the ability to just put the marker right on it from there. On Tabletop Simulator, you got to pull out to see, all right, where are my admin counters off to the side, and then zoom back in. So yeah, I get it. It just takes practice. So.
Exactly.
So, all right, so you fired. These guys are all messed up. What I am going to do now, you're probably not going to like me for this.
That's all right.
So I am going to grab that guy right there. And I'm going to go 1. And I don't think you have anybody that can fire because that guy is shaken. He is shaken, so that's 1 movement point, a second movement point, and then 2 more movement points to initiate a melee.
You rush in the building and guns a-blazing.
Pretty much. Now, little bit of a bad thing for you in this case. Your only infantry fire capable unit is shaken.
Right.
Which means he's automatically killed in melee. And the leader does not have an inherent firepower, and since he is basically alone and known as a helpless unit, because the only unit that could have defended him was the shaken infantry unit that was automatically destroyed when melee starts, he goes away as well. So yeah, very, very, very gallant stand by Colonel Meade, and he did tear me up a bunch. But yeah, and the laws and the low ammo are left in that. I can't use the 40 millimeter. At least I wouldn't think in any rational mind that I would be able to pick up that 40 millimeter ammunition and use it. I could pick up the Laws rocket, but I don't know if I'm going to. That takes time. So as Bravo Company goes, uh-oh. And so that was, we are locked in melee. So we're going to go ahead and put a melee counter on it. Now, since we've got a melee counter on it, neither of us can fire into that hex for the rest of the turn, because basically it's assuming that melee takes place throughout the entire length of the turn.
Okay.
Now, it's unlike Advanced Squad Leader that I have much experience in, and you can fire into a hex that's being meleeed, and you can kill your own units, and I've done that on occasion. But we won't talk about that. So anyways, so
Right.
so that's my impulse. Flips back over to you, Johnny.
Okay.
I know what I would do if I were you.
Let's see what I got in here. I think I gotta try to take out that BMP.
Okay.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, you can shoot at the BMP. You can try to. The best you're going to do is be able to shake them. Since you don't have the Laws rocket anymore, you're not going to be able to destroy it, but you could shake it.
Tough decisions. What is over here?
Okay, so a couple suggestions, and I give these freely, and they are all valuable ideas. You could fire at my stack here. I'm already shaken, so it's not beyond the realm of possibility for you to continue pouring bad things onto these shaken troops.
Right.
But you've also got these two stacks down here in this building that you can fire at as well. So it's a target-rich environment. Or you can hold off and see what else I'm going to do.
Yes, let's see, because I want to. The goal and the objective is to keep you out of the buildings. Correct.
Correct.
Yeah. I'll fire at your guys there.
Okay.
The sergeant,
Yep.
whatever his name, Taranoff or whatever.
Yep.
So what do I got here? Let's see.
Okay, now you got to remember the 40 millimeter grenades, they've only got a range of 3. But since they've got a black square around it, they can fire out to double their range at half firepower if you want to add in the 40 millimeters. And you're 1, 2, 3, 4 hexes away, and you are probably going to be clipping. Actually, you don't even clip the art, so you're not going to get that degrading terrain for that forest. Let's see if I can get it more on the. Yeah, you don't even clip the art for the degrading terrain there, so you don't have that to worry about. But you are 4 hexes away, so if you want to add in the 40 millimeters, they're only going to be a firepower 1.
Now, would it be better for me to save that for the vehicle?
Well, the 40 millimeter, the 40 millimeter does not have a ordnance to hit on it. So
okay.
it's not going to have a chance to destroy the vehicle. The only weapon you basically had that could have knocked the vehicle out was the Laws rocket, which I am now sitting on right now. Which there's nothing stopping you from. Actually, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Trying to get the Laws rocket back, but
yeah, let's do that. Let's live crazy.
Basically, I've got. Well, you may want... no, because then that's going to be line of sight. Yeah, those are going to be blind hexes. I'm not going to be able to see over that building. Yeah, I've got nothing. I've got nobody that can off-fire you if you want to charge either one of those hexes.
Let's see, which... So, Major Petrov. Whoops.
No, I did that, so... That's what I've got in those 2 hexes.
I think I'll charge the one that's heavily armed. I
don't know if you want to do that. The odds are going to kind of be against you.
All right, let's try to get the law back.
Okay.
Just head on.
All right, so go ahead and do your movement. I'm not going to have any guys that have got line of sight on. They're going to be able to op fire at you. So, however you want to just do your movement.
Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, and then right in.
And then right in for 3, 4.
Yep.
All righty. Oh boy, this is going to be, let's go ahead and separate the stack a little bit. Or maybe not. Okay, let's just go ahead and leave it all together. All right, so basically you're attacking, so you get to nominate whoever you want to throw into the combat against whichever of my units, and you break them down ratios-wise. Basically, you've got one guy to attack, so you're probably going to want to put all your guys against my guy.
Yes.
All right. Now, had I had a second guy in here, you could have done both of your guys against one of mine, or one on each one of them, or both of them on both of my troops. You can break up your attacks in melee however you want to if there's multiple attackers and defenders. When there's only one attacker or one defender, you kind of only have one target that you can go for. So you need to go ahead and put together your infantry inherent firepower for them. And Stefan is here. Welcome, Mr. Stefan. I'm sure you're going to be pulling your hair out with the rules mistakes we're going to make. Now, support weapons cannot be used in melee. Let me check melee real quick, or Stefan will pop up, one of the two. Let's see.
I'm gonna say I have 5, but
I think you have 5 as well, but it might be a little bit more because of reasons. So let's go ahead, and again, for those of you that are playing the home edition, following along with the home edition, melee combat is page 52. Okay. I think the 249 can be used in melee because it's got that M subscript on it, which I think means it can be used in melee. Let me check my weapons real quick. Weapon charts.
it says melee specialist 8.5.
Okay, so Stefan just cleared it up. Not only is it used in melee, but it's at +1 firepower in melee. So yeah, you actually got a lot more. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with the leader. So 7 to 2. And let's go ahead and find, for the people following along at home, the melee chart. Here we go. Okay, so defending firepower is a 2, attacking firepower is a 7. We're basically looking at 4 to 1. So we're looking at 4 to 1 odds. And if you want to follow along on this as well, Johnny, I'm at Lock and Load Play Raid card 7, which is the melee table.
Okay, 7.
And as you can see, we've got the little matrix for the attacker firepower and defending firepower, which is really good because if you're not really good with odds and ratios and stuff like that, it breaks it all down for you. You've got 7 firepower. I've got 2 firepower. We cross-reference it. That gives us 4 to 1 odds. And at 4 to 1 odds, well, it gives you 4 to 1 odds. At 4 to 1 odds, you need a 4 or better to eliminate my guy on 2d6.
Okay. The whole lasso thing. Come on now. Hi. Whoops. Because I'm a lefty.
Yep. Oh, no. So, you did not roll higher than 4. You did not roll 4 or higher, so you did not do anything to me. Now, I take a look at the
Now it's my turn.
Yeah, well, my attacking firepower is 2 to your firepower is 7, so it's a 1 to 3. And a 1 to 3 is I need an 11 or better on 2d6. So, I'm probably not going to do... Yeah, so I got close, but no cigar. So basically what happens is neither one of us affected each other at all in that melee, but we are still locked in melee. So the melee counter stays on us. Now, I could try to reinforce, or you can try to reinforce next turn, or... Yeah, and like Stefan was saying, I didn't have to go against the entire stack, but I did it anyway. So, anyways, that's what I could have gone against just one of your guys, which probably would have been the smarter thing to do, but I decided to go against the entire stack. So yeah, we're basically locked in combat. Next turn, or even in this turn, we can continue to reinforce the melee, although you're out of units to use. So, but I'm not. However, everybody that I've got has either done something or is too far away to really do anything. So that was your impulse. We'll go ahead and flip it back over to my impulse. And since you haven't, or since you have used something from everybody, we're just going to go ahead and take this unit right here at AH11. And I'm going to move him 1, 2, 3, 4 to right there. And go ahead and mark him with a moved marker. Stefan was mentioning that he had frozen video. It's probably that he didn't have frozen video, but it was that I just wasn't moving the camera around, so it looked like it was just frozen. Flyers 106. The spotter squad is available. No, my spotters, anything, all the ones that are marked with spotted are shaken, so they can't really do anything. So, and the unit that you used to spot with, that Johnny used to spot with, fired at him. So, yeah, that's. Yeah, flyer goes, oh yeah, shaken. So that's me. Flips back over to you. You basically don't have anything left because they're all activated. So it flips back over to my turn. Really, the only thing I've got left is the BTR-70. So I'm going to go ahead and fire with the BTR-70, and they are open now this time. Thank you for Stefan for pointing it out. Okay, Bravo Company. Just hit tab and it will drop marker. Oh, okay. So you just hit the tab and it brings the arrow up. Okay. So many little shortcuts and features in Tabletop Simulator that I'm just not familiar with. So thank you for pointing that out, Bravo Company 1. So anyways, yeah, so we're going to go ahead and fire my BTR at your forces in AF4. You're going to be defensive your defensive modifier is going to be +4 because you're in a stone building. I'm going to get 2 dice rolls because I've got 2 machine guns on there. One of them is going to be a +4, one of them is going to be a +2. So let's go ahead and do the first one at +4, and you're going to be at +4 as well because you're in the defense of the building. So I rolled a 3. And you rolled a 2. Oh, I actually got you by 1 this time. Not that I think that's going to have much of an effect on you. So the first morale check is always, again, they're always against the leader. So you've got a 1d6 +1 against your Sergeant York. Oh, 6 +1. That is not the dice roll you wanted. So no. He gets flipped, and then let's go with this squad here. So it's a D6 +1, and you're looking at a target number of 5. He's good. And the M60 squad, again, D6 +1, you're looking at a target number of 5 or less. There you go, 4 and 5. That right on. That's what you. Well, so it wasn't that bad. Just the leader was shaken. So and he can get back real quick. So that was the first fire that I had. But as the BTR has 2 machine guns, the second one is at a +2. So I'm at a D6 +2, and you're at a D6 +4 still because of the stupid stone building. And I've got a 5. So you need a D6 +4. So even if you roll a 1, yeah, there's no effect with the second machine gun. 4 +1 is 5, and that was even if you rolled a 1, it would still be 5. In that case, ties goes to the defender and no effect. So there's that. They go durka, 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 durka with the PKM and their the 14.7 millimeter they had in there, I think. All right, so that's my impulse. Flips over to you. You don't have any left, so it flips back over to me. And I am going to go ahead and activate my sniper that I've been sitting on all game. And let me go ahead and read this scenario special rule with the sniper. Can be placed as per 11.4, but not adjacent to an American unit, and it must be within 2 hexes, of a good order Soviet squad. Pooh. I was going to put it right in AH4, but I don't have a good order squad because these guys are all shaken.
Amen.
Yeah. So, all right. So I am not putting out my sniper yet. Let's just go ahead and put him back down here, out of the way, and see what we'll be able to do with him in the future. Let me go ahead. I got a couple messages that are coming through that I want to take care of real quick. So, sure. Johnny, if you just want to give your opinions on thoughts of the game so far, or anything that you have in your mind, please go ahead.
Sure. Well, I think it's going pretty good. I'm taking it a little on the chin right now, but that's the back and forth type of game I like to play. So it's fun. It is fun.
Let me go ahead and we have 8 people watching us. That is actually pretty good for us on Twitch. So thank you everybody who decided to come out and join us here today. And dead air. All right, so we got taken care of that. All right, so that's basically going to be the end of the turn then. So let's go ahead and move it on to turn. Well, procedurally, if we want to see the sequence of events, there's really nothing, I don't think. Whoops, that's the wrong chart. Where is... Yeah, remove administration. Oh, yeah, okay, so end of the turn, remove the administration markers. That is one thing I will say that Vassal has, is that you can just hit one button and generally will take off all the administration markers on the board. So
yeah, they all.
But unfortunately, in Tabletop Simulator, we do kind of have to do it manually. So that's all the markers removed. And let's see, flip any smoke markers, which we don't have. Remove star shell markers. Check for fire spread. We haven't been paying too much attention to the new fire rules, and partially that's my fault because I'm trying to pay more attention to keep the shows going. Hey, David had made it in there. David's watching us. Yeah, baby, finally here. Yes, glad you could make it. So remove any fire for effect markers and then advanced turn marker, which we just did. So that's the end of turn 3. We're going into turn 4, rally phase. Both of us have got shaken guys that we could check for.
Now, do I roll for that thing first or after?
After the rally phase. Yeah, that's okay. After the rally phase. So if you want to, you can go ahead and try to rally your leader right here.
Sure.
And let's go ahead. For those following along with the home edition, there's a few modifiers. Let me go ahead and grab the rally rules. Take a look at them real quick, because even I need to be familiarized with them sometimes. Page 30 for those of you playing the home edition.
Page 30.
Yep. Rally phase. Okay, following condition modifiers apply to rally attempts. Leader, you have the leadership modifier. Unfortunately, the only guy you've got is the shaken leader, so he can't he can't give his own leadership modifier to himself. All units in terrain with a positive target modifier, which is basically what you're in, you get a plus or subtract 2 from your dice roll. Let's see, I think that's really the only modifiers you're going to have to worry about. So basically, you've got a D6 minus 2, and you need to, or no, it's 2D6. No, 1D6?
Oh.
Okay. That's the one thing.
It's 2, right?
I'm pretty sure it's 2. Yeah, hang on. I even like I said, even I sometimes get the simple rules. Oh, and Stefan is saying she'd actually figure out initiative before rally. So yeah, okay, let's go ahead and do initiative first. I got a 1. I have a feeling you're going to get it. Yep, you got it this time. So flip over the initiative. So you've got initiative. Yeah, so during the rally phase, the player with initiative rallies any shaken units first. So you've got initiative, so you'll shake first. And yeah, it's 2d6. So you've got 2d6 minus 2, and you need to get a 6 or less because that's what his morale value is. And 8 minus 2 is 6. There you go.
Yes. Nice.
So your guy flips back over. However, and that's all the shaken guys you've got. So I have to go start off with Sergeant Trinov. And again, it's going to be a similar situation. It's going to be 2d6 minus 2 because I'm in a building or in terrain that gives a defensive modifier. So again, I need an 8 or less because I get and there we go. 8 minus 2 is 6. So his morale is 6. So he flips over. And let's go ahead and explode this stack. So he flips over. Now I've got to roll for the 2 squads in there. And unfortunately, the sergeant doesn't have any leadership modifier to give them. But you always roll for the leaders first. So the first guy, I actually need a 7. So let me go ahead and roll that and see if I get a 7. That's a 3. That will flip him over. And then the other guy, let me go ahead and roll for him. Again, up. Okay, 5 minus 2 is 3, which is less than his morale of 5. So that's actually pretty good because I normally don't count on Soviet units ever recovering when they roll morale. I do have 2 other shaking gentlemen out here, but they're not stacked with the leader and they're not self-rallied, so they can't make a rally check at all. Now we go into the your special rule. You've actually lost 2 guys. So you had 11 last turn. You lost 2. So now you're down to a 9. You need a 9 or less to not get that special rule in condition marker.
Okay, here we go.
All right, so you're good. You've got a 4. It's under the 9. You're still good to go. So then we go right into the initiative phase, and you want initiative. So if you want to, you can immediately can do this melee right here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so nothing has changed between last turn to this turn. You've still got 7. I've still got 2. It's on 4 to 1 odds. You need a 4 or better and to kick my teeth in on 2d6.
Oh, 2.
Yeah, but you rolled a 6, so I'm going to say that's pretty. Just roll the 1 just so we have propriety say. So you got an 11, which is higher than 4. So yeah, that will eliminate me. Now, combat is considered simultaneous, so I get to return fire. So what I am going to do is instead of attacking the entire stack like I did last turn, and it was horrible odds, I'm just going to take my 1 guy and attack your guy that doesn't have any of the support weapons or anything else with it. So it's going to be a 2 to 2, but you will get to add in your leadership modifier. So it's going to be 2 to 3 odds. Let me find the odds chart again for those of us following along at home. I have 2 firepower. You have 3 firepower. The odds are 2 to 3. So I need a 9 or better. 9 or better. Right. So let's go ahead and roll this. Ooh! So I rolled an 11, so that was higher. So I did kill one of your squads in return. So basically the melee came down. You eliminated me completely, and I managed to eliminate one of your squads. The cool thing is you still are in control of the hex. And it is also still marked with a melee counter. So I can try to reinforce it. I can't shoot at you. It may be a good idea for me to charge in and and try to charge in from here. We'll see. I'll have to make that decision later. And yeah, Stefan's saying very gentlemanly of Devin to keep Johnny sixes. He rolled it. Even if he had just rolled the one dice and rolled the second dice again, I'm fine with that. It's a friendly game. This isn't a tournament. So, he needed to roll two dice. He just happened to roll them one at a time. So that's fine. And yeah, bravo. People complain about Vassal's dice. Vassal's dice are horrible. I'll admit that. But yeah, my dice have actually been a little bit hot so far. So yeah, we're kind of happy with that. So that was your activation. Now it's my activation. Now, since I've got good order squads way up there, I'm going to go ahead and take my sniper and place him in AH4. Right here. And when I place him, I'm going to go ahead and shoot with him. Stefan, no such thing as a friendly game. Of course there's friendly games. All the time. All right, so my sniper is going to fire. Now, snipers are a little bit cool. You can't really move. Well, you can't move with snipers at all. They've got that asterisk there for their movement. So once they're placed on the board, they're not going anywhere. So you really want to make sure you put them in a place where they're going to get the most bang for the buck. Now, snipers, you may notice, have a 0 firepower, but the truth is, they don't have any firepower, but they roll 2d6 on their attacks. Now, Johnny, you're defending in the same position. Can you figure out what your defense modifier is going to be?
Let's see. Let me split that. So it's right click, explode stack.
Just your defensive modifier.
Okay. Oh, so I get a 4 for the building.
Yep, you are correct.
Yep.
So you get 1d6 plus 4, and I have just 2d6 plus 0. So let's go ahead and roll my dice, and what do I end up with? I rolled up 6. So as long as you roll anything but a 1, then the sniper's attack was pointless. Yeah, so yeah, you got a 7 to my 6. No bad things happening to you. Nothing that you got to roll for, so that was a bad attack on my part.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead, put fired on my sniper. Now, flips back over to you. Your turn. You've basically got one stack left that you can do something with.
I will try to shoot again at Taranov.
Okay. Go ahead and figure out your firepower.
He was already spotted from before, so I'm good.
Oh, no, you've got to spot every turn. Yeah, you've got to spot every turn. So, yeah, you're looking at a 1 through 3 to spot again. Forgot about that.
Okay, let's see. Nope.
All right.
6.
So that means the leader is marked ops. Whoops, not spotted. Ops complete. Okay. And that means they basically can't make any more spotting checks through the turn either.
Okay.
But my sniper has fired, but it's always really hard to fire at a sniper. So my turn. You've got one guy in there, don't you? Let me look. And I've got 3 guys. Yeah, you know what? You gave me the opportunity. I'm going to have to take it. Let's just go ahead and jump in here.
Do it.
Well, actually, that would be reinforcing the melee. Let me check that real quick. If we can, since technically melee is supposed to be taken throughout the entire turn, I don't think I can reinforce the melee until next turn. Either Stefan will pop up and correct me, or I will find it in the book. I may have to wait until next turn. Melee. Reinforcing a melee, rule 8.2, page 56. Okay, page 56. Reinforcing a melee. Units from either side can reinforce a melee. Any unit entering a hex marked with a melee marker is considered reinforcing it, even if it is possible that no friendly units are left in the hex after the previous melee round. If a unit reinforces a melee before a melee round is fought in that turn, the melee round is conducted immediately. If they reinforce the hex after the melee has been fought, they cannot participate in the melee until the following turn. Okay. If the reinforcement units have the ambush capability, their firepower is tripled. So if I were to move those guys in there, that would basically lock both of us, and we wouldn't be able to do anything until next. Yeah, Stefan just pointed that out. Melee will not happen until next turn. You know what? I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move those guys. Because you've got nobody that can shoot at me. So I'm going to take the chance to go 1, 2, 3, 4 and sneak over here. So then it would flip back to your impulse, but you have no impulse. So it's back to my turn again. You know what? I needed to spot you first back here. I shouldn't have been able to fire my sniper. I should have spotted you first.
Okay, well, we'll know for next time.
Yeah. And Bravo Company asked, is Johnny's whole stack ops complete? Oh, no, you're right. Oh, Bravo Company, thank you. He can actually op fire. Let's not do that, because if you're marked as ops complete, one of the only things you can do is op fire. So, okay, so we're not going to be moving that stack because then I would get lit up trying to go across. Okay, thank you, Bravo Company, for...
Do it!
So we're not going to move, but we're not going to jump into the melee. I need to spot you over here. So, all right, let's take Sergeant Trinoff and try to spot you. You're in blocking, so I need a 1 or a 2, and I don't have a leadership modifier. Whoops, let's not use your dice. Let's use my dice. 3, so I am ops complete. Oh, that's horrible.
I know the feeling.
Yeah, and Stefan just pointed out something. That's why you want to move that ops complete marker and the leader to the bottom of the stack, so see that there are others in the squad still able to act there. In a normal tabletop, I would say yes, that's a perfect thing. Tabletop Simulator is a little bit tough to move things around in the stack. It can be done, but yeah. So yeah, we just need to pay more attention and be more aware of what's going on. Nope, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Okay. So that was my initiative, was to try to spot you, which I failed. Then it flips back over to you, and you you technically do have the rest of the squads in that stack. The 2 squads in that stack that can still do something. Really. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know why I was thinking you didn't have guys left. That's what you've got. And I need to step away from the computer real quick so you can decide and talk with the crowd and make your decision.
Okay. What do I do? Okay. So I don't have Twitch up, so I can't see anybody's messages. Let's see if I can see on Discord. Okay.
All right. So what did you decide
Devin,
you wanted to do? Yes.
Well, Bravo's saying request reinforcements immediately.
I don't think. Yeah, well, no, I wish I could, but yeah, my reinforcements are another company-sized worth of troops about 15 minutes behind me. So, but they're not going to get here anytime soon. So.
Right? Okay, so for me, I'll fire at Taranoff and those dudes in that stack.
Yeah, well, you haven't spotted them.
Oh yeah, let's spot them.
Okay, so you're going to be spotting with one of your guys. So,
Yep.
and it's going to be in a blocking terrain, so you're going to need a 2. And Stefan was saying, I can do something else besides spotting because spotting is not an initiative. I'm not going to worry about it. We'll just say it was a pass then. So,
Okay.
So you need a 1 or a 2 to be able to spot.
Okay, on 2 dice, yes?
1 dice.
1 die.
Yep,
I don't know
for
why
spotting.
I keep kidding.
Yeah, there's very few times we go to 2 dice. So, yeah, okay. So he didn't. So, yeah, all right. So let's try to. All right. So which one were you going to try to spot with? The guy with the M60 or the guy not with the M60?
M60.
All right. So
I'm not going to lie.
Let's go ahead and put that like that, and then that like that, and then him on top. Because basically, whoops. See, this is one time. Okay, let's go like that. No, it would be. I mean, I love the repack and the exploding stack, but it sometimes doesn't work too great. All right, so we'll go ahead and put the ops complete on the bottom part because we do have guys that can still do stuff.
Okay.
See, it's just a little bit of a pain in the butt to do it on Tabletop Simulator.
Now, can someone fix that, or is that something that Tabletop Simulator actually has to do?
I'm not sure because since the having a bunch of things in a stack, normally you got to pull everything off the stack. That's
Right.
just because that's just the way the physics mechanic works. In Vassal, I think it's a little bit different, but with the stack exploder, it just makes it easier to see inside the stack. But then moving stuff around inside the stack can get a little bit of a pain in the butt. So, all right, so that was your action. So let's go back to flip back to my action, and well, let's go ahead and try to spot you, and we'll do it with the guy that doesn't have the PKM, so the 2, 3, 4. Again, I'm going to need a 1 or a 2. And I should not be rolling your dice. I should be rolling my dice. There. Sorry. 4, nothing. So he gets marked ops complete as well. See, stupid. There we go. All right, so now it's back over to you again, your impulse.
Okay, so can I try to spot those
Yes,
guys?
you can try to spot with the one remaining guy that is not marked ops complete.
So I need, let's see.
You're
2 or less?
checking into a blocking terrain, so yeah, it's going to be 2 or less. Five. Nope. All right. So basically,
Because you keep touching my dice.
I keep
man.
touching it, dude. I'm telling you, that's. I've been in tournaments and people get very, very protective about their dice. So yes, I would definitely expect to hear that from if I was playing.
I won't say that. I'll say you're a ginger and you have ginger mojo going on there.
I am a redhead and I do swallow souls, so I will admit. But unfortunately, I haven't been able to figure out how to angle that into modifying the dice roll. So
Exactly.
Stefan was asking, is that game on Discord too? Johnny and I are using Discord for voice communications, and we announced it in the Discord. And I think Evil Dr. Ganymede posted the link, so I think that should, yeah, if people wanted to watch it through Discord, they would know it as well. So, you there, Johnny?
Yep.
Okay, you just popped out and popped back in for a little second.
It did a little something weird, yes.
Yeah, it does. Well, it's Discord. It does that. All right, so for my impulse, let's go ahead and try to spot you with my last surviving guy, and make sure we use my dice this time.
Right on.
And roll. And
By the
it's
way,
a
I'm
3.
all-
Nothing.
I'm also a ginger, so
Hey, there you go.
all right.
So yeah, we're all completely, yeah.
We're bananas.
We've been, both of them got their binoculars out. We were shooting at him for 20 minutes, but we can't spot him now. I don't know what's going on. So, but hey, whatever. It works that way. So then it would be back over to my impulse. Oh no, that was my impulse. Now it's back over to you.
Okay.
Now, really, I don't think you can do anything else other than op fire if your op's complete. Let's check the rules for that real quick, or wait for Stefan to answer in chat.
To chime in.
Yes, as I said, he is our rules guru. Ops complete, page 34 for those of you playing the home edition. Ops complete marker. Except for these instances below, units beneath ops complete markers cannot perform any actions, including leaders using their leadership modifier. MMCs under an ops complete marker can op fire, but subtract 1 from their IFP. The firepower is modified before considering any other unit rolls. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not much else that you can do if you're under ops complete. So you'll be able to op fire if I decide to move anybody. And however, we already noticed that I noticed you do that when I was thinking of moving the guys in AC7, but decided not to. So basically, the only thing I've got 3 stacks left. But for all intensive purposes, or as I sometimes like to say, for all intensive purposes, because that is one saying people seem to mess up the most. So if we're going to mess it up, let's go big. Right. Unless I decide to move in your line of sight, you're pretty much done for the turn. Okay. So let's go ahead and take the guys in age 7. And let's low crawl them into age 6. And I think low crawl is on the back of... Nope. Where's my low crawl out? Assault move. Nope, that's assault fire. Melee. Shaken. Okay, let's take a look at the admin. I didn't think I was going to need any, so whoops, that's the solo box. Oh, admin counters. Search. Low crawl, spotting round, fired melee. Oh, let's take a look in the new admin box. Whoops. Search in the new admin box. Hit and run. Let's take a look at the back of the hit and run. Is it on there? No, it's not on there. Well, where is my low crawl markers? There it is. They're back at that shaken marker. So let me go ahead and clone that and put that right there. So he's low crawled. That'll be my initiative. Back over to you. You don't have anything. Flip back over to me. The VTR is going, but we were just shooting at the building. There were guys in it. Why can't we shoot at it now? The building's still there. But evidently, well, maybe they moved back. I don't know. Really, it comes down to what I want to do with these MMCs right here in AC7. Do I want to jump into that melee or... Well, no, I don't want to run across the open field because that will... Or across the road and across the... Yeah, that would just be bad. Yeah, so I guess we're just going to take these guys and jump into the melee. Let me take the melee thing off.
Sorry.
Trying to kill yourself over there?
Oh, it's that stupid seasonal asthma.
Yes. Trust me, I know about that. I suffer from it all the time. So, whoops.
Yeah, it's new for me, so I'm kind of like, why?
Well, they say, oh, come on. At every 7 years, your body changes in some way, shape, or form. So
that could be it.
That's kind of how I grew into mine. Is that I never had it growing up, and then all of a sudden when we moved to Seattle when I was like 11, then all of a sudden I have this raging asthma, allergy-induced asthma, so whatever. Okay, so that was my movement. It would flip back over to you. You don't have anything. It would flip back over to me. All I've got is the BTR, and the BTR is not going to do anything. So, Vile Tofu just asked a question. Have they mentioned anything about Nations at War Digital? Well, it depends. What are you wanting to know about Nations at War Digital? We are currently, the programmers for Nations at War Digital are currently working on importing everything over to the Unity engine. And as soon as it gets ported over to the Unity engine, then we're going to start seeing more work from for Nations at War. And if we get enough interest in Nations at War and can prove to the guys who are designing it that it is worth their time to continue working with it, then they will take the same engine and do World at War digital. But again, it's going to come down to the interest that we can generate for Nations at War Digital. So if you haven't picked it up yet, go pick it up if you want to see World at War Digital at some point in the future from the same guys. So that's all I've got to say about that. And that is basically it. I don't think there's anything. That's all the impulses. Yeah, because I think that's going to be it. So at the end of the turn, we go ahead and pull markers off. Except for the melee. Well, do we pull the melee off as well? I think melee stays. Let me check real quick. Let's see. No, I don't think we remove melee if we're still locked in melee. So let's leave the melee marker on there. No, if we were going to make something big announcement for Nations of War Digital, we'll probably roll it into an actual show and make it its own highlight topic rather than trying to slide it in as part of another show. So yeah, Vile Tofu mentioned, cool. I was just curious because Colonel Heath said we'd hear an update this week and was curious if it's going to be announced here. No, that will get its own major announcement on its own. We're not going to try to sneak it into a show on someone else. And hang on a sec. It sounded like someone was knocking at the door, so I'll be right back.
Stefan, if you're there, or Bravo, you guys can give me a nice tip on how to take him out. That'd be great.
All right, so I'm back. Well, you're doing a pretty good job as it is. I mean,
I know. I was playing. I could hear you come back. So,
all right. So let's move the turn up to turn 5. And the thing is, I've only got it's 5, 6, and 7. I've only got 7 turns to try to do this. All right. So we should roll initiative before we go do rally. I got a 2. And you got a 3. You retain initiative. So you get to do your rallies first. However, you don't have any rallies.
Yep.
And actually, let's go ahead and put him back up at the top of the stack. There we go. And probably should put my guy back at the top of the stack just so I know that there's a leader in there. There we go. All nice and neat. All right. So, and actually, I've got shaken guys, but I don't have leaders with them. So I got no rallies to make either. You do have your special scenario rule check that you have to do. And let me see. How many guys have you got on the board? Let's check just to make sure we're not 1, 2, 3, 4. So it counts MMCs, leaders, and support weapons, except for the 40 millimeter. So you got 4 there. 5, 6, 7, 8. No, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so you're at 8 now. So you've got 8. So you've got to roll 8 or less on 2d6.
8 or less. Let's do it.
10. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
That's not good. Well, it's not game over yet. It's just
No.
you need 2 of those. So we need something to mark that. So let's search in the admin box. Let's see what we can do. Let's just use an event. Let's just go ahead and stick an event marker over here for you. That'll indicate your first one. You get another one, and you're going to lose the scenario. So that's not a good thing. So let's see. So yeah, it's your initiative. If you want to jump into that melee first off.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. All right, so you've got 1 guy, and I've got 3 guys. So now you can decide your attack however you want to break it up, however you want to. But you got to remember, your firepower is going to be 2 plus 1 for the M249, and then another plus 1 because it's a melee specialist weapon, and then the plus 1 for the leader. So you've actually got 5 firepower. And you can decide to attack all of my guys, 1 of my guys, 2 of my guys, however you want to break it down.
How about the leader in one of the squads?
Okay, you can't target a leader specifically.
Okay.
So,
how about 2 of the squads?
2 of the squads. All right. So you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 4. Let's take a look at our melee eligible or our melee chart. Let me get to that real quick. Again, it is PAX 07 for those of you following at home. You had, what did we say? 5 firepower, and I had 4. That's going to be 3 to 2 odds. That means you're going to need a 7 or better, and you'll kill 2 of my squads off.
Okay. See, now I just learned how to use that. I was a little confused about it, kind of, just by looking at it. But now,
it's great because it for those of us who are math inclined, it figures out the odds ratio for you, and then it's color coded to whatever the actual kill number that you need down below is. So, except for the 1-to-1, but you know, we put the black 1-to-1 is the same as the gray 1-to-1. We just put the black 1-to-1 there just to delineate everything. So
right.
Yes, you need a 7 or better, and you will kill off 2 of my guys.
That's one die,
2
right?
dice. 2 dice.
2 dice. All right.
Yep.
Whoop. Sorry. Here we go.
7. You did it. So you killed off 2 of my guys. Now, since combat is simultaneous, I get to do my return attack. It's going to be bad, yeah, but because since I've only got 1 target to attack, obviously I'm going to throw everything at it. So I've got 6 total, no leadership modifier, to your 5. So we look at the chart. Attacking firepower of 6 to your defensive firepower of 5 is 3 to 2 odds. I also need a 7 or better. So let's go ahead and grab and roll. Of course not. Stefan said, not 3. Why 3? Why 3, Stefan? Because the melee specialist doesn't get added in from the 249 weapon? And the leadership modifier, I'm guessing? Yeah, that would probably be correct. So anyways, it'd be 6 to 3 then, as Stefan is saying, which would be 2 to 1 odds. And I need a 6 or better, and I rolled a 4 anyways. Well, regardless, Stefan, my dice roll was bad enough. It didn't make it anyways. And Rough Swordsman has joined us. How you doing, bud? Man, you're up late.
He's up later. It's early.
One of the two. 2 for the squad, 2 for the support. Okay, so yeah, okay. So the leader didn't get added in on the attack. Yeah. Still, I didn't have my dice roll wasn't good enough. 3 to 2 would have been. Whoops. 3 to 2 would have been a set. Whoops. Hang on. 3 to 2. Yeah, 3 to 2 would have been a 7. I rolled a 4, so doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, all that math that we did up, it really didn't matter because I lost my pants off. So that's 2 more of my elite guards para recon guys dead. This almost kind of reminds me one time a few years ago I was playing Advanced Squad Leader, and Hakatela had just come out. Now in Advanced Squad Leader, leaders themselves actually have an inherent firepower. So it's unlike Lock and Load Tactical. If the leader is alone in the stack in ASL, they get to attack back. In Lock and Load, it's just killed off. So I had 3 finished squads, and it must have been a drunk Russian leader with a Tokarov. I needed 11 or less to kill him off, and it took me 4 turns before I killed him off, rolling 2d6. I rolled that many 12. So we all just figured there was some drunk Russian with a Tokarov just holding off a platoon of my finished soldiers. So anyways, that was a little nice little segue story. So that's Melee. That was yours. Now it's my impulse. All right. That's really bad. That is very, very bad. I don't know what to do now. Well, I guess I'm going to try to spot you. I'll take Sergeant Trinov and keep our failure of spotting checks over here. So I need a 2 because I don't have a leadership modifier, and it's a 3, so nothing. He wasn't able to spot anybody, so he is ops complete. And let's put him at the bottom of the stack. Just pull these off. Whoops, come on, go there, go there, go there. And an ops complete on top of that. Repack it, all nice and neat, and flips over to you.
Okay.
That's really the only stack you've got left to do anything with.
Yes. All right, let's shoot at Taranov.
You're going to have to spot me.
Yep. Okay.
If you use your leader, he'll at least get his modifier, so it'll be a 3 or less on 1d6.
Okay.
Hey!
Got it.
You got it.
Finally.
So I am spotted. So normally you can't use the leadership modifier except if the leader who's using the spotting uses it with the firepower to attack the stack he just spotted.
Okay. Okay, so let's put this up here so I can... I think we said I had a 6.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Okay.
You're at a D6 plus 6, and I've got a defensive modifier of 4, so I'm a D6 plus 4. And I get a 7. And you get a 7. Ties go to the defender. No checks on my side.
All right, so I'm ops complete. Yep.
Yeah, well, not just ops complete.
Or fired.
Yep. And since you're fired, at least now I can see you. So
yes.
In that case, I'm going to take my sniper and fire at you. Again, you're going to be at a D6 plus 4. I'm just going to be at 2d6 straight up. Don't bother.
6.
When I don't even when my 2d6 together don't roll high enough to overcome your defensive modifier, it's like, we're having a bad day. All right. So then it would flip back over to you, but you don't have anybody, so it flips back over to me. Well, all right, fine. Let's go ahead and fire at you. I can't use my leader because he's ops complete, and it's not in the impulse that he tried to spot. But he doesn't have a leadership modifier anyways. So I've got 2 plus 2 from the PKM is 4, plus 1 from the extra guy is 5. No other modifiers on my side, so I'm at a D6 plus 5. And what are you at, Johnny?
I am at a 4.
You are correct. Ooh! All right, I got an 11 and you got an 8.
8.
So I beat you by 8, 9, 10. I have to count on my fingers. It's that whole new math
4.
thing. You got an 8, and I got 8, 9, 10, 11. I got an 11, though, so that was only a +5. So the difference is 3. So you have to roll on your leader first.
Okay.
So D6 +3. He's good. Now, since he passed his morale check, he can go ahead and use his leadership modifier to affect the morale checks of the other 2 guys in your stack. So instead of a D6 +3, it's basically a D6 +2 now.
Okay.
So the first guy, 7 to the morale of 5, so he will end up being shaken. And the last squad in there. 6, 7, 8 to 5. It's not double, so he ends up shaking as well. And Stefan is going go full melee. He's trying to get us to go full melee to resolve these games, these combats. Like, no, we've seen how the melee rules have gone for me so far, Stefan. So we're going to be avoiding the melee. So that was your shooting. It flips back to me. Oh no, that was my shooting. I'm sorry. Let's go ahead.
That's all right.
Let's take the spotted marker off because I shot. And so then it flips back to you, but you don't have anything, so it flips back to me. Oh, that's right. Johnny is shaking now. Let's take a look at that. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's not good.
Does that affect the scenario? Yes, right? Because
well, no, shaking units are okay. It's eliminated units that it's as long as you have let me take a look at the force conservation.
A heartbeat.
Yeah. Oh no, it is good order. Result
Yes.
is greater than the number of good order American units. Well, but the problem is, it's my impulse, and I'm going to take this guy right here in age 6. He's got 4 movement points. 1, 2, 3, 4, and jump him into melee. And unfortunately, since all you've got is shaken guys and a leader, it's going to kill the entire stack. So, oops, let's go ahead and move these here. The M60 stays, so let's put my guy right in there. Oh, and then the PKM he's carrying. Repack it and put a melee on it. That was mine. It flips back to you. You can't do anything. Flips back to me. And let me go ahead and move my BTR. We're going to not assault with it. So we're going to go 1, 2, and then we're going to rotate it. 3, 4, 5. I think that's a good place for it right there. Rotate the turret now. And right there. All right. That's going to end this turn.
Okay.
The squad has a PKM. Yes, I moved with it. I moved with the PKM. It's a support weapon, so I can move the support weapon. I pick it up and carry it with me. There are no movement modifiers for that. So yeah, then we go into remove all markers. And I will point out, and since we are at the bottom of turn 5, I will go ahead and point this out because Stefan did mention this earlier. There is no way for me to win the game at this point because I have to capture both the bottom floors and the upper floors, and my guys just don't have the movement left to be able to do all that and to get all 3 of the buildings. So I can no longer win this scenario on my own. It is completely
Well, you do have one option.
Well,
If
and that's what I'm getting to. If you roll poorly,
yes. Sorry,
and no, that's you were perfectly correct in assuming that The problem is you now have 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's just go ahead and do this roll to get it out of the way. I know we're going a little bit outside of the normal sequence of play, but just go ahead and roll your special roll with 2d6.
Okay. Here we go.
Yep. No. So you rolled a 9, which is higher than 4, which gives you another marker, which means you lose the scenario. So
yeah,
in the grand scheme of things, I didn't win it. You lost it. Or no, you didn't. You didn't lose it. I didn't win it. So I would. It's kind of a wash. So like I said, that's kind of why I don't like that rule, because it is too dependent on the victory condition being an arbitrary dice roll. Not something I put into my scenarios, but it's still a fun good little scenario to start off with, just to start getting the mechanics of gameplay back in. Because I'm a little bit rusty. Johnny's a little bit rusty playing against each other, so that was perfectly fine with both of us playing this scenario. So at this point the game is over. Technically I won, but I don't feel like I won because I didn't fulfill my objectives. You didn't win, but you really didn't lose either, because you took too many casualties, but you kept me from capturing the buildings. So it's kind of an odd one to say exactly, who would have won this one in the big picture. Because I got tore up. Well, you kind of got tore up too. I lost 5 squads.
Yes, I did.
I lost 5 squads in a BMP, and you lost 4 squads and 2 leaders. So yeah, probably you in with force multiplication and everything. Yeah, you probably took a little bit. Well, no, because I'm guards recon, so that's hard to say. But that's it. If anybody's got any last minute questions or anything, because I think at this point we're going to go ahead and shut it down. Johnny, do you have any thoughts or insights or comments that you'd like to make while people are typing up stuff?
No. Well, I think it was a fun scenario for sure. It can go pretty quick once you get moving.
Yep.
I do like that rule, like you said, is not really great, but at least in this particular situation, it went down to turn 5 before it had any impact on the game. Right. Which is okay, and it's fun, and I'm learning some things. Like I said, every time we play, I learn something new. So
always learning new things when you're playing against some. That's one of the problems playing solitaire, is that you don't know you're doing rules wrong, because you have no one to bounce them off of, and you don't have Stefan sitting on your shoulder telling you. You don't have Stefan sitting on your shoulder whispering the rules corrections in your ears. So solitaire's play is fine, but you never know if you're doing something wrong playing solitaire. So
right.
Flyer 106, without that rule he would have lost. And that's basically what it was. I lost because of a scenario special rule dependent on random dice rolls. I don't like that, but it is what it is. And Stefan, he gave a hint. Johnny, refrain from shooting if you don't have to, so you don't get spotted. So
yes. So that was one thing. After you shot me, after that, I said, "Oh man, One thing I'm learning about games like this as well, coming from a miniature game background, I always want to, drive forward and keep firing. When in these type of games, sometimes it's better to not do anything, actually.
Yeah, and sometimes when you're on defense and you've got that like I said, that's that victory condition special roll, you don't want to get shot at all. So it's best to just sit back and if they want to come to you, either they've got to make their spotting checks, and as we saw how well my spotting check rolls went, the only other way I could have gotten to you is if I'd have moved up next to adjacent to you, and then you'd have been opening up on me at point blank range in an open hex. So the dice rolls would have been heavily in your favor. So probably in this one it would have been better if the guys in AF4 would have just sat and not shot. I gotta praise your chutzpah for moving the guys that were in AC4 and meleeing me in AD7. And as you saw with how my dice rolls were going, you were probably going to win that combat. Or no, I did win that combat, didn't I? No, I didn't. We were still down 1-1. That's right.
Yep.
It was. I mean, I hate to say I lose games because of dice rolls, because normally I lose games when I do the setup and completely blow my setup. But in this one, the dice rolls were really hot for me at the beginning, but not so good there at the end. But yeah, well played, Johnny. I mean, you did exactly what you needed to do. And like I said, the coming out from your building and meleeing, that took some chutzpah, so gotta give you props for that.
All right.
So probably later in the month, maybe 2 weeks from now, we're gonna do another scenario. I may go ahead and let Johnny pick the next scenario if he wants to for this, or we may think about having someone else come in. We're not really sure yet. But again, this has been Friendly Fire, and this is hopefully continuing a regular show. Let me take a last look at the conversations. The people asking, or Stefan says he can be rented by the hour. Bravo Company asking what the rate is. Flyer 106, hey, we can pool our money. And so Stefan answered in Canadian dollars, so it shouldn't be that shaken. Bravo Company 1, auto kill on shaken unit bothers me a little, but I guess there are ways to mitigate that. Just in Melee, I mean, there's not many games that I know that shaken units aren't completely eliminated in. Squad Leader, ATS, most company level games, if you're shaken, you're going to get eliminated in Melee. And Stefan was saying, don't have too big a stacks, keeps covering fire. So want to say thanks for everybody. Stefan playing 345, Flair 106, Bravo Company 01, Rough Swordsman, our friend from across the pond. Stefan, of course, giving us his Illuminary rules adjudication. Who else was in here? The boss man himself, David, was in here. Vile Tofu. Where is he? Evil Dr. Ganymede. I think that was everybody who showed up. So again, thanks everybody for showing up. Thank you, Johnny, for taking the time out of your day to sit down and play this with me. And I look forward to playing it more in the future.
Same. And thanks everybody exactly for joining us. It's a good time.
Definitely. Questions, comments, concerns, complaints, criticisms in the comment section below. I'll talk to everybody later. See ya!
Well, that will end this gaming session. May God bless you and keep you safe until next time. Friendly Fire. Friendly Fire is a Lock and Load publishing production.